Hi everyone, welcome to Anti-Anxiety Action Group Live. So hopefully you know the purpose of this group by now. If you don't, this group is here to support you and inspire you to take positive action for yourself in order to control, reduce and eliminate feelings of anxiety in your life. What we're doing with these lives is we're bringing in guests and experts from different areas to chat about all different ways for anxiety. Now, if you've got any questions, please just put them in the comments. Now, because of the software we're using, unfortunately, we can't see who's asked that question while we're live. However, ask your question anyway, and I can put it to our guest. And our guest today is Jay Robinson from Chaturday Live. So let me bring him on.
Good
Hi,
evening.
Jay.
How are we?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And you?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much.
Good.
So let's just get stuck right in. Tell us a bit about yourself.
My name is Jay Robinson, Jason Robinson, originally from Suffolk, England, now relocated in sunny Carlisle.
It has been sunny today.
It did try, yes, for a brief moment. And then I had to travel to work. My side job now is I am the new commercial events manager for Kendalltown Football Club. So
exciting.
That is exciting stuff. But as you can see, running across the bottom of the screen here, I am from Chaturday Live. I'm the producer, host, co-creator by myself of Chaturday Live Chat Show that goes out every Saturday in support of mental health awareness. And I'm sure we'll go into that a little bit more in a minute. But yes, that's why I'm here. I'm a chat show host.
Yes. So a celebrity then.
Oh, well, you know, my 2 followers would say that.
Yeah. Your mum.
Hi, Mum.
So tell us a bit about Chaturday Live. What is it all about?
Okay, so Chaturday Live was set up in September 2020, which we used the number because it sounds good, but that's only last year. The reason why it was set up is because we are in a national lockdown where we were and have been and still are. There's a lot of people suffering with not being able to see friends and family and communication. Face-to-face has been out of the question. I personally, I'm an entertainer originally. I'm a singer, dancer, actor. And there's a lot of people, that career is gone as well now. People aren't doing that whatsoever. So I decided to offer a little bit of entertainment over social media, set up my own little chat show, put on a bit of fun for those that were sitting inside and didn't want to watch the news and the things that put them down all the time. Something that was a bit lighthearted, you know, no specific genre, no specific meaning behind it, other than just to offer entertainment and make people happy. So I started that up in September last year. We have guests on from different businesses, different walks of life, different backgrounds. It doesn't matter where they're from, as long as it's interesting that we have anybody on, you know, to tell their story. It goes every
point. I've been on.
You have been on. You was
so
a fantastic.
We'll have anyone on.
We'll have anybody. No, but we've had you on, and the reason why we say that is because everybody's different, and what you brought to the interview and brought to the show is obviously your experience in anxiety as well, and alongside with mental health awareness is what the show supports. And the reason why it supports mental health awareness is because even though some people don't realize, this lockdown and pandemic is mentally challenging people as well, putting them in a position that they haven't been in before, whether that's not going around their friends for a cup of coffee. The weekly shop has now turned into a drama itself. You know, when do you, when don't you? So that's really upsetting the flow of people's lives. So I try and put it out there that I don't genuinely have any experience in supporting mental health awareness or mental health, sorry. But what I am here is to say that I'm offering you entertainment to relieve that anxiety and stress. And I can put you in contact with people that do have the correct means and ways. So behind my show, I have experienced people such as yourself on hand to take on people who I forward on if I believe they need extra counseling or speaking to or some words of wisdom and advice. Other than that, they just message the show saying, hey, you're acting really stupid today. And I think, thank you know, as long as you're getting some enjoyment out of it, that's all that matters. So yeah, that's every Saturday on my show. And it's been going now, obviously, over 4 months. It's gone from, my original plan was that if I got maybe I don't know, 20 people to like my page, then I'd have a small circle of people that I was entertaining. And
Yeah.
we've now peaked over, I think we've now reached nearly over 420 people.
That's amazing.
Yeah, in the space of 4 months, which is, it's not life changing, but it definitely means that people are out there and they're connecting and enjoying the show.
Oh,
So I'm
it's a
happy with that.
really great start.
Yeah,
Really
I think
great
so.
start. And it's just building all the time. So, you know, every week you're reaching more and more people and making them smile and giving them, you know, a bit of a break from the everyday life. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's a case of for an hour, 45 minutes to 2 hours. Some interviews have gone on longer than expected because they've just been so good. It's pure entertainment. It's unscripted. There's scripted questions, obviously, of like to get the interview started. But we let it flow naturally. We let people add comments in the comments section. They can ask the guest questions just like you can on here because we use the same software. I wonder where you got the idea from.
I'm not adverse to stealing good ideas.
So yeah, I've purely just used my enthusiasm, my will to entertain, and thankfully that's now spurred on a lot of people. And I'm now, rather than chasing people to come on my show, I'm now getting asked for people to come on my show, which is exactly where I want it to be. I want people to be confident enough to say, hey, I think I have a business or a hobby or a talent or a story that I believe may be interesting. Do you mind if I pop along to your show? And I'm like, hey, get in the queue. We'll have you on. Nobody is judged. Get on in, you know? Yeah, so I mean,
so
like
that
you say,
probably leads us beautifully onto my next question, which is what is your most memorable, I'm not going to say your favourite guest, because obviously that was me, but your most memorable guests that you've had so far?
I think for viewership and for it turning completely sour in the best possible way, well, not sour, should I say, it went off course so quickly that it was fantastic. The viewers were there, the comments were coming in, and it just flew off the shelf. I was speaking to Sergeant Damien Morris, who's still active in the army. And if anybody knows anybody that's in the forces, you automatically have an extended family of about 5,000 people that you know. So I advertised that he was coming on the show, expecting maybe my average, maybe 10 to 15 people to view. It peaked, it went up, comments were flying in. They were commenting insults towards him in a comedy way. They were like, ratting him out for, all of the pros and cons of the kind of person he is. And yet I was being emailed, texted, phone calls all the way during the show. If you want to go back, watch that show. My phone was going off. Everything was happening all to the show. People just wanted to get involved. So it was memorable for that reason, that the show did exactly what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to bring people together, and I wanted people to feel involved. Everybody felt involved. And then again, as the show has grown, I'm lucky enough to have a background in music and entertainment. So I can sometimes call on people from my past to be able to say, hey, come on, let's offer a bit of entertainment as well. I've recently just had Jack and Tim from Britain's Got Talent on the show.
Yeah, I saw that. It was amazing.
Yeah. So again, as celebrities go, that's the biggest celebrity I'm going to get on my show, other than you, Caroline. But
obviously,
but again, that turns into a great way because people comment, people watch. It's a celebrity of some shape or form, that a household name that people are starting to get used to. Last week, I had Ryan Devlin from Target Wrestling, and again, through the roof, because when I have guests on the show, this is the point. When I have guests on the show, sometimes I don't necessarily know their background or their job or their skill. It's a learning curve for me, and the idea is that when they come on the show, that I'm learning their talent like everybody else is. I'm listening to their story. And apparently, there's a massive calling for wrestling in Cumbria. I didn't realize it. Again, it just went through the roof. Comment went to bang, 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 bang. They would just go coming in. So, favorite show? I can't really say there's a favorite show. They're all fantastic in their own right, but memorable shows, like you say, the one with Sergeant Damien Morris, who I will do a quick plug to later on because it's all relevant. Obviously, Jack and Tim from Britain's Got Talent, and then last week, Ryan Devlin again. It's just the show is getting bigger and bigger every week. More and more people are coming along. And the idea is I'm just trying to encourage people to say, look, this isn't a show that you watch, join in, comment, make a suggestion. It's our show. I'm just hosting our show. And yeah, it's kicking off. So it's fantastic.
And what kind of thing have you got coming up?
So coming up this weekend on the show, we've got Lindsay Goodyear from Good 220, fitness personal trainer who's currently operating out of Kendal. She started her business, ironically, at the beginning of the pandemic last year. She's just celebrated her 1 year birthday of her business.
Oh, wow.
And for some, obviously, starting a business or keeping a business going in a pandemic has been very difficult. And I'm very sympathetic to all of them because it's not nice. But because she's doing physical training and she has the luxury, I say luxury, because she can do her work outside in a ventilated area on a field or park or something like that.
That is not luxury in Cumbria in February.
Yeah, but the idea I think behind it is that those that weren't really into fitness at all have taken the time off work that obviously they've been furloughed and now said, well, I've got a bit of free time now. I can do what I wanted to do and maybe try a bit of fitness, get a personal trainer. She does personal training, and then obviously after COVID and when times are right, she does group sessions on the weekends and through the weeks. So we're going to have her on the show this Saturday to talk about her business, how successful it's doing, what else she does. I'm not going to talk all about it now because otherwise there'll be no point for the interview on the weekend.
Yeah, let's leave them for her to tell us.
Yeah, exactly. And then follow on from that, we've got people based in and around Carlisle area. I'm trying to bring the show more centralized to Carlisle now because as soon as I'm allowed to do so, I'm going to be taking the show on the road, necessarily maybe 2 or 3 miles down from my house, but interviewing people in their place of work. The idea is that I'd like to promote small businesses, people's hobbies and talents visually with them. So I'm waiting for this whole we can start meeting up with people situation to kick off, and then I'm going to be out on the road. So yeah, there's lots to come. So definitely tune in.
Yeah, and most of the members in my group are from Carlisle. So if there's anyone out there who's thinking, oh, that could be interesting, I wouldn't mind going on Jay's show, do get in touch with him.
Get in touch.
So, Jay, your show is in support and to raise awareness for mental health charities. So what was it that led you to want to do that?
So again, with the mental health, I constantly say that I've not had any particular issue with mental health, so I don't know the ins and outs of it. But I guess the real side of that is that I have. The reason why I put the show together is because I've gone through my own stressful anxiety and pressure that I've put on myself. As you can tell, I don't have a Northern Cumbrian accent. I'm originally from Suffolk. And during the middle of a pandemic last year, the wife, who is from Cumbria, has said, I'd like to move closer to my friends and family because I have a 2-year-old son. We've been down south together now for over 8 years. Any chance we can swap, try life up there? So I've moved over 400 miles away from my friends and family, and I'm a social butterfly. I like being around people, and in a pandemic, that's been difficult. But now knowing that I'm officially that far away from them has made it very difficult. So yes, I've had my own mental struggle. So my coping mechanism for that is, if what you were going to ask, which is the show Chaturday Live. That's my release. Being able to do what I love, which is entertain, offer support, and obviously be there for friends and family. Doing my show is my release away from my anxiety and mental issues because I technically am. I'm with them through the screen. I'm, on the TV or through the phones, however it may be. I'm still the chirpy entertainer that I've always been because I have that release to entertain. So that's why I'm doing it in support of mental health awareness, because yes, I don't openly say it on my show, but that is exactly the reason why. I've suffered with my own little dip, shall we say. I've not gone into a definite slump, how, everybody suffers differently with anxiety and mental health, and no two cases are alike, but it's my way around it is that I've created the show to help me. And if it helps anybody else, it's an added bonus. So that's why the show's there. And it seems to be doing well. It's kicking off. It's every week. I get excited about it, interviewing guests, pre-interviewing guests, meeting new people. As I've said, Caroline, we're now lifelong friends. I didn't get a Christmas card, but that's because we did the show.
I think we were friends at Christmas.
We knew each other before Christmas, so don't give me that, because we were.
Oh, well, yeah, we did. We did. We had exchanged Facebook Messenger messages and everything.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, the reason why I've done this show is it's to support others, but technically it's my own form of support. I've given myself now a release into the outside world, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important for people, two things. One, to recognize that just because you're not, completely failing to function in any way doesn't mean that you shouldn't do things to support your mental health and your feelings of anxiety. There's always something that you can be doing to live your best life. And the other thing as well is I suppose the way that Chaturday Live is working for you is it's connecting you to people, and having that connection to people is a really key thing in terms of anxiety, which is what a lot of us have missed during the lockdown. So yeah, connection to other people and to community, and having something a little bit bigger than yourself to think about is really important for the way you feel and for your mental health. So
I think from what I've heard from friends and family is that this lockdown has done one of many things, but it's either made people very introverts and they've now locked themselves away because they're afraid of the outside world and it's not the same as it has been. Or you've got people like me who is now an extrovert. I've put myself out there to not only to my friends and family, but possibly to be ridiculed on social media. Lucky for me, I've not said anything offensive or hurt anybody's feelings. And because I don't pander about news, politics, or anything that could upset anybody, my show doesn't have an underlined gender or genre, should we say. It's purely just, hey, let's all just be friends, and it seems to be working very well. And if anybody is in the Carlisle, Cumbria area or anywhere, and you'd like to grab a pint when this is all over, I'll be your friend. I'm trying to make friends.
Yeah, well,
my wife says I need to
get
out and make friends.
I am hoping that once we're allowed to go out again, that part of the anti-anxiety action group, we'll do walks together and little gets together and things like that. Work as a team, but have a bit of a community spirit going on. So yeah, you'll be more than welcome to come and join us.
If I went on a walk with you, my wife would kill me because she can barely get me out of the house to go for a walk now. So, but if the walk happens to have a pub crawl involved, I'll be there. That's fine.
Well, as a non-drinker, pub crawls don't exactly appeal to me.
You can still have lemonade.
Oh, how exciting!
Pork scratchings or crisps or whatever it may be. It's just the way I look at a pub, especially with going off topic, is now when they do open eventually sometime in the near future, hopefully, that it's a public place. It's not a pub for alcohol. It's just a place to be sociable, and I think that's what people are going to appreciate more. Just going out for a lemonade at 1 in the afternoon just to see your mates is going to be it's going to be a dream.
Oh, it's going to just be amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Just can't wait till we're allowed back in the world.
It feels surreal. Very.
Yeah. So Jay is flashing a very fancy Chaturday Live mug. Tell us about the mugs, Jay.
So they hold about 1/3 of a litre of liquid, made out of pure ceramic. You want the reason why it's labelled? Okay,
I want the reason why it's labelled, yes, okay. Rather than the generic description of the mug.
So yes, the Chaturday Live there. It's obviously the show's mug. It's not for self-promotion. Obviously, that it does have my logo on it, but the purpose of it is that when Christmas was coming up last year, that we get hounded a lot over Christmas, as we're all aware. It's like, give to charity, and that blooming donkey advert comes on every year, and I'm like, oh, I said, and you feel helpless, and you're like, oh, there's a charity here, there's a charity there, but you don't get anything back half the time when you give to charity. You're just obviously opening your wallet, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, for crying out loud, and a lot of people are going without. So I put this idea out that if I give you the opportunity to buy a mug with my logo on it for my show, and the profits of that mug go to a charity. Last year they went to Help for Heroes because that was a side charity of mine, and then 2021 now we're really focusing on the mental health. So anybody that purchases a mug direct from me, the profits will go to the Mind charity, is the chosen charity this year. Well, for this season anyway. We'll see if that changes depending on how the show goes. We've sold more than I expected. I'm glad that I didn't buy in bulk, like 5,000 or so, but
have a garage full of them.
Well, yeah, exactly. But we've sold a fair few. Obviously, the friends and family stepped up. Complete strangers have stepped up as well. They've bought a mug and they've gifted them to friends and family. So they're probably like, "Oh my God, what is Chaturday Live with this guy's name at the bottom of it?" But safe in the knowledge that you've given a gift or you've bought yourself a gift and you've given money to charity at the same time. So, and the price of the mugs themselves is probably what you pay for a mug anyway, in maybe a little bit extra for the charity profit side of things. We was doing an offer that I think there was £8.50 a mug or £16 for two. That's purely because obviously for the cost of the mug, for delivery as well, postage, because Roy and Mayo have rinsed me dry on postage and packaging.
Oh God, the price has gone up since then.
It's gone up. So yeah, so that's why they're £8.50. But obviously, you get the mug, and then the profits. We can make the profit margin a little bit bigger, so it actually goes towards a charity. And the reason why I said that Sergeant Damien Morris was going to come back up, his side business is making mugs, so he actually does these for me. He prints these.
Oh, excellent!
So while he's on duty in barracks, obviously he's not currently out doing any tours at the moment. His side project is that he's now printing mugs for friends and family and other businesses. That's his little side hobby. That's his release from not seeing friends and family. He's doing this and sending them out. So I've partnered up with him. So that's Mo's Mugs on Facebook. You can find that. And he will personalize mugs for you as well. But if you'd like to buy one from me, get in contact. We'll send them out straight away. And the money goes to Mind Charity this year. So that's why I'm sporting my mug. On every show, you'll see me, even if it's empty. I'm just sitting here sipping.
Pretending to drink. Just to flash your mug.
Flash me mug off. Not this mug. This mug. That's the one. But as you can see, I'm very outgoing, very happy to talk to anybody. I'm friendly. And I think that comes across in my show that, it's not an interview where I'm sick and tired, look at my watch all the time, going, okay, like we're coming up to the hour mark now, you've had your piece. I'll sit there and talk to somebody for 12 hours online in front of the audience. If people are watching and they're enjoying it and the guy or woman I'm talking to is enjoying it, I'll keep going. Because everybody at this precise moment in time, especially with anxiety and mental health, some people, if they latch on to one form of a release and it's giving them endorphins to make them feel happy about themselves, I would feel horrible if I took that away from them. If they want to stay on the show and they want to talk for 2 hours about their dog and the way that they, where they go to walk and their friends and like how their nan is and stuff like that, I'll sit there quite patiently and listen, because at the end of the day, we all need somebody to listen, and if it brings enjoyment to somebody else, I'll sit there. That's not saying that I don't enjoy my shows. I love finding out different things about different people. It genuinely makes me happy that I'm learning something about somebody I didn't know. It's a nice skill to listen for once.
It is, yeah. And I found the same with doing this. I've been talking to all kinds of different people, and talking about things that I've got no experience of, or very little experience of, and it's just lovely to be able to share something a little bit different. So yeah, I feel the same about that.
Where are we? I was having a look. That's all right. I was going to post something live, but that's all right. I'll look there. I'll post it later. But yeah, I think, with the way that things are going now, if I was to say anything that I got out of Chaturday Live was that the advice that I could give anybody else is not everybody has to go and start a chat show or do lives on Facebook or posts or go on TikTok and do silly things. Obviously, the social media side of things is suitable for some people, and if done correctly, it's fantastic. But be careful to be open to ridicule if you're doing something that's very niche. But what I would say is, maybe if anybody's out there, from my personal point of view, is if you've wanted to do something for a while, now is the time to look into maybe experimenting with that idea and giving yourself some sort of enjoyment, because right now everybody needs to feel happy in themselves before anything else. So
absolutely.
So make
Yeah,
sure that
completely agree.
I'm getting this all from you from our show when we're
Well, there you
together.
go.
Like it works. Like I'm passing it on.
It does.
Technically, I don't need you anymore on my show. I'm
Okay.
I'm giving out the advice.
Yeah, but I'm the pretty one.
You are the pretty one. That is true. That is true. This is why I'm exactly sitting back. This couch arrived 2 hours ago, by the way.
Oh wow.
And I've been out at work, and the wife had managed to drag it all the way upstairs and put it all together, ready for the show. So I will shout out to my wife, Helen.
Well done, wife. Thank you.
This is my new Chaturday sofa. We named it something else when we were interviewing beforehand, and we won't repeat it because of my
it was a bit me too.
Yeah, it's a bit me. #me too. Or we're not going there. So, but yes, this is going to be my new look for my chat show. I think I'm going to be a little bit more laid back, deliberately offering out there, and now you can see all of me and me socks and me jeans, and that I'm.
Although you realise you've dressed all in black and you're sat on a black sofa, so
I
can't see any of you actually. You just see your head.
Well, all right. In fairness, I have just rushed home from work.
Okay.
As I said, so you've caught me on a very busy day. But I was literally rushing home. I was meant to be at work until 8:00 this evening, and I went, I've got priorities, and that was to come be on the show with you. And I am chuffed. I'm so glad I'm here. I'm sitting on a nice new couch. I got me a cup of coffee, Chaturday Live. Feel free to buy the mugs, and I get to see.
And you'll put a link for the mugs in the comments.
I will do. Yes. Well, there's no link to the shop. Unfortunately, Facebook keeps kicking that off. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm not selling them expensive enough.
Facebook,
but if you go straight to Chaturday Live Facebook page and just message me and just say, hey, I'd like to get one of your mugs, we'll sort that out. It's not a problem. Or go straight to Mo's Mugs on Facebook. Say, hey, can I have one of those Chaturday Live mugs? And he'll sort it out direct as well. So, and he knows the money's coming to me for the charity as well. So, very aware. So, yes.
Good.
Chaturday Live.
I have got one more question from you.
Go for it.
For you. And this comes from Eamon and Ruth, really. I managed to see about 3 minutes of this morning.
Okay.
And they were saying that 80s music is the best music for to relieve anxiety and stress and to get you up and jumping and dancing and feeling happy. So my question is, what is your absolute favourite 80s anthem?
I
didn't line this up, so it's on the hoof.
Can I elaborate? Can I explain my decisions?
You can.
Okay, so I don't want to be holding anybody up who's waiting to go for dinner or watch Corrie. It's from the 80s. My icon was Michael Jackson. I mean, anything that guy brought out was gold in my eyes, because it was a hit. So, and they're all uplifting, and the ones that aren't uplifting are still toe tappers or ones to sing along to. So, anytime, wherever you are, if you're in a club, in your car, or anything like that, a Michael Jackson song, whether you hate it or like it, you know it, and you do tap along. But then I do like my cheesy pop, like really.
Oh, you've got to pick a Michael Jackson song.
A Michael Jackson song. I think it's Dirty Diana, just because I like the way that the music is played. Because I'm a musician myself, I just like that composition put together rather than some of the big mainstream ones. Dirty Diana by Michael Jackson. But then really, I think that's probably more 90s. I'm probably going to get away with that. 80s ones. I think 80s is Blame It on the Boogie. Michael Jackson. I think that's 80s.
Good.
There you go. That's
good
cheesy
call.
Enough. Because that's an upbeat one as well. When that comes on, you grab your girlfriend or whoever it may be and go, we're going to go on that floor.
Yeah, you've got to go boogie.
I've seen, obviously, on your Facebook that you've stolen my icon, Rick Ashley, and you've stuck him up there as well. That's a classic.
Oh, yeah. Well, do you see, I put I don't know if you remember from when I was talking to you on your show, music is not my thing.
Okay.
So I put 80s music into the GIF thing, and Rick Astley came up.
Well, it would. Of course
He's the first person I recognised from being Rickrolled.
Hall & Oates is a good one. Google that, Hall & Oates. You'll recognise it when you listen to it. They're one of those people.
That's what everybody says.
Holiday. Okay, and 80s, Freddie Mercury, Queen. Okay.
Oh
So
yeah, I love Queen.
any Queen song. If you were asking for something really niche, I do apologize if you wanted me to like dig into my 80s box of like things I can and can't do. Wham was 80s.
Wham is 80s. Wham is like so 80s.
With Pepsi and Shirley, I think it was. If quiz question, anybody know the other guy in Wham that wasn't George Michael? We'll leave that with you. He's now selling Big Issue. I think. I don't think he's well recognized. Yeah. So 80. I think any 80s music is good because it was raw.
See, Eamon and Ruth were right.
Any 80s music is good, regardless what it would be.
So if you were released from the restraints of the 80s and you could pick absolutely anything, one feel-good tune, what would you go for?
Oh, you really have put me on the spot.
I know.
Because I like music.
So just picture
much.
this. It's the first day after lockdown. You walk into the pub. Your mates are there. And this song comes on the jukebox. It's that kind of pub with a jukebox.
It's probably still 80s, isn't it? It's is it Bon Jovi? Living on a Prayer.
Living on a Prayer.
That's your go-to air guitar song. When that comes on, you could be half cut or sober as anything. You're still putting a tie around your head and you go on the dance floor. So it's a classic. True. It's a classic, an absolute classic. So yeah, I'm going to stop with my music stuff now because I'm going to be like kicking myself later on that I forgot to pick like my all-time favorite or something. I'm going to be horribly put off the spot.
Yeah, probably. Always the way. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to take you off the screen for a moment. Thank you very much for coming on.
Not a problem.
And chatting to us.
Not a problem.
If anyone's got any questions and you're watching on catch up, Jay will keep an eye on the comments underneath this video and answer any that come up. So thank you, Jay. I'll speak to you again soon.
Ta-da now.
Bye.
Bye.
And so let me just tell you a little bit about what's coming up next week. Next week we'll be back on Mondays because I don't have any uni groups next week. And we're going to be talking to Jen Grange. She's going to talk to us about connecting with nature, mindfulness, and she does a thing called forest bathing, which has a Japanese name, which I can't remember, but she will tell us all about next week. So in the meantime, any questions, if you want any support from me, get in touch. And check out Jay's page, Chaturday Live, and get one of those mugs because it'll go towards Mind, which is just a fantastic charity. So speak to you next week. See you guys. Bye.